Hello friends, welcome to Dreamweaver Crocheting with Love. In today's tutorial, I am going to teach you how to crochet this beautifully patterned poncho for a 2 to 3-year-old child. For doing this poncho, I am using two different color 4-ply cotton yarn. With single color yarn, I will be making the major part of the poncho, and for giving this pretty bordering around the poncho as well as for making this ruffle flower, I will be using the multicolored yarn. Since this poncho is done using cotton yarn, it can be worn in all seasons. Moreover, in order to make this poncho, you can either go for a woolen yarn or a cotton yarn as per your requirement. Now let's begin the tutorial. The materials that we need in order to make this poncho are 3.5 mm crochet hook. These are the two cotton yarns that I will be using to make the poncho. For making the major part of the poncho, I will be using this sea green, and for making the bordering as well as the ruffle flower, I will be using this multicolored yarn. Scissors and two stitch markers. So let's start. To start up with this poncho, I am using the sea green colored yarn. Now the number of chains that needs to be worked is a multiple of 12. Since I am doing this poncho for a 2 to 3-year-old child, I will be making 96 chains. So first make a slip knot. And chain 96. So here I have done with the 96 chains. Now we need to slip stitch with the first stitch. See to that the chain is not twisted. So going to the first stitch, work a slip stitch. Now before starting up with the first round, I need to mark the stitches where the corners will be worked. Now into the stitch where I had slip stitched, I have put the first marker. Into the stitch I will be working the first corner. Now initially I had worked 96 chains. Divide this by 2, which is 48. Skip 48 chains starting from the first chain. And into the 49 chain put the second marker. And here we will be working our second corner. Now let's start with our design. So remove the marker and into this stitch work the first corner. For that work one chain and going back to the same chain work 3 double crochets. Followed by 3 chains and 3 more double crochet into the same stitch. So I am done with the first corner. Now work one chain. Skip the next 2 chains and going into the third chain work a V-stitch. So I will be skipping the 2 chains and into the third chain work one V-stitch, that is 1 double crochet followed by 2 chains and 1 more double crochet all into the same space, followed by 1 chain. Now skip the next 2 chains and into the third chain work 3 double crochets. So we'll be working 3 double crochets all into the same space. Again work 1 chain, skip the next 2 chains and going into the third chain work 1 V-stitch. Followed by 1 chain. So now we'll be alternately working a V-stitch followed by 1 chain and the 3 double crochet cluster followed by 1 chain, and in between we need to skip 2 chains. So just continue with this pattern till you reach the marker, and once we reach here, we'll be working the second corner. So as you can see, I have worked a V-stitch followed by a 3 double crochet cluster alternately for one side of our poncho. Now we'll be working the second corner. I have 2 chains left, so I'll be skipping these 2 chains, and into this marked stitch I'll be working my second corner. So inserting your hook, work 3 double crochets, followed by 3 chains and 3 more double crochets all into the same space. Followed by 1 chain. So here we have done with the second corner. Now just before working the corner, the stitch worked was a V-stitch. So after the corner, again skipping 2 chains, we'll be working a V-stitch. So skip the next 2 chains and into the third chain, work a V-stitch. Followed by 1 chain. And the sequence continues. So we'll be skipping the next 2 chains and into the third chain, work a 3 double crochet cluster. Followed by 1 chain. So just continue with the sequence as we have done on this side till you reach the end of the round. So I worked this side of poncho too using the same pattern sequence as I explained before, and after working the last V-stitch, I have worked 1 chain, skipped the last 2 stitches and slip stitch on top of first double crochet worked. Now we'll work the second round. For that, turn your work and going into the chain 1 space worked, make a slip stitch. Now work 4 chains. The 4 chains that we have worked, the 3 chains will make the first double crochet and the last chain will be the chain 1 spacing. Now going into the chain 2 space of the V-stitch, work 5 double crochet. So I have done the 5 double crochet. Now work 1 chain. And moving to the 3 double crochet cluster, on top of the middle double crochet, work 1 double crochet. Followed by 1 chain. Again going back to the chain 2 space of the V-stitch, work 5 double crochet. So in this way, we will be repeating the pattern till you reach the chain 1 space just before the second corner. So just continue with the sequence. Into the V-stitch just before the corner, I have worked 5 double crochet followed by 1 chain. Now we'll be working in the chain 1 space just before the corner. So going to the chain 1 space, work 1 double crochet followed by 1 chain. Now we'll be working a corner in the chain 3 space. So insert your hook and work 3 double crochets. Followed by 3 chains and 3 more double crochet all into the same space. Followed by 1 chain. Again moving into the chain 1 space after the corner, work 1 double crochet. Followed by 1 chain, and going back to the chain 2 space of V-stitch, work 5 double crochet. followed by 1 chain. So the double crochets that we are working just before as well as after the corner are basically the increases that we are providing for the second round. Now we'll be continuing with the pattern sequence. Going back to the 3 double crochet cluster, on top of the middle double crochet, work 1 double crochet, followed by 1 chain, and into the chain 2 space of the V-stitch, again work 5 double crochet followed by 1 chain. So just continue with this pattern sequence, and once you come across the chain 3 space of the corner, again work a corner. That is 3 double crochet followed by 3 chains and 3 double crochet. So once you have worked with the corner, work 1 chain and slip stitch on the third chain worked. So that will complete your second round. So once I am done with my second round, I shall get back. So here I have done with my second round. So as you can see, I have worked increases just before and after the corner, that is a double crochet for the first corner as well as for the second corner too. So in total for the second round, I have worked 4 increases, that is 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space before as well as after the corner. So now let's start with our third round. Work 1 chain and turn your work. Now on top of the double crochet, work 1 V-stitch. So going to the same stitch, work 1 double crochet followed by 2 chains and 1 more double crochet, all into the same space. Now work 1 chain and going to the chain 3 space of the corner, work a corner. 3 double crochet, followed by 3 chains and 3 more double crochet. So here I am done with the first corner. Now work 1 chain. Again moving to the top of the double crochet, work a V-stitch. Followed by 1 chain. Now here you can see the 5 double crochet worked in the previous round. So we will be skipping the first double crochet as well as the last double crochet, and we will be working 1 double crochet each on top of the middle 3 double crochets. So in total I have worked 3 double crochet. Now work 1 chain. And again we have come across the double crochet. So on top of this double crochet, we will be working a V-stitch. Followed by 1 chain. So this is the sequence that will be repeating for the entire round. And when you come across the next corner, into the chain 3 space of the second corner, again work a corner. That is 3 double crochet followed by 3 chains and 3 double crochet all into the same space. So just continue with this pattern sequence till you come to the end of the round. So after working the last set of 3 double crochets, I have worked 1 chain, and in order to end the third round, I will be slip stitching on top of the first double crochet worked. So that completes our third round. Now slip stitch inside the chain 2 space of the V-stitch. Work 1 chain and turn your work. Now for the fourth round, inside the chain 2 space, we will be working 5 double crochets. So this is basically the repeat of round 2. So here I worked with the 5 double crochets. Now work 1 chain and going to the 3 double crochet cluster, on top of the middle double crochet, work 1 double crochet followed by 1 chain. Again into the chain 2 space of the V-stitch, work 5 double crochet followed by 1 chain. So just repeat this sequence till the end of the round. Now from here onwards, we will be repeating round 2 and round 3. And one important thing that you should remember is, while repeating round 2, you will be working increases into the chain 1 spaces just before as well as after the corner. So in total, we will be working 4 increases. I will be working about 17 rows by repeating round 2 and round 3 alternately. So once I am done with my 17th row, I shall get back. So here I have done with the 17 rows of our poncho as I mentioned earlier by repeating row 2 and row 3 alternately till I reach row 17. Now we will be providing a pretty bordering to our poncho. For doing the bordering, I am using the multicolored yarn. So insert your hook into the chain 3 space of the corner and join the yarn. Now the bordering consists of 3 rounds. So we'll be working with the first round. For that, work 1 chain and going into the same chain 3 space, work 10 double crochets. So I worked with the 10 double crochets. Now work 1 chain and into the chain 1 space just after the corner, work 1 single crochet followed by 1 chain. Now moving to the chain 2 space of the V-stitch, work 6 double crochet. So I am done with the 6 double crochet. Now work 1 chain and going to the 3 double crochet cluster on top of the middle double crochet, work 1 single crochet followed by 1 chain. Again moving to the chain 2 space of the V-stitch, we will repeat the sequence, that is 6 double crochet followed by 1 chain, and going to the 3 double crochet cluster on top of the middle double crochet, work 1 single crochet followed by 1 chain. So just continue with the sequence till you reach the next corner, and when you come across the chain 1 space, work 1 single crochet followed by 1 chain, and into the chain 3 space of the corner, work 10 double crochets followed by 1 chain. Again going to the chain 1 space after the corner, work 1 single crochet followed by 1 chain, and just continue with the pattern sequence till you reach the end of the round. So as you can see, I have almost come to the end of the first round of our bordering. So after working 6 double crochets into the V-stitch, I have worked 1 chain, and into the chain 1 space just before the corner, work 1 single crochet followed by 1 chain and slip stitch on top of the first double crochet worked. So that completes our first round. Now for the second round, work 1 chain and going into the same space, work 1 double crochet followed by 1 chain. Moving to the next stitch, again work 1 double crochet followed by 1 chain. In total I have worked 10 double crochets. So the sequence of this round is to work 1 double crochet plus 1 chain into each of the stitches. So in total I will be working 10 double crochet followed by 10 chain 1 spaces. Now after working the last double crochet, work 1 chain and going to the top of the single crochet worked in the previous round, work 1 single crochet followed by 1 chain. Again moving to the 6 double crochets worked, we will be repeating the same sequence of working 1 double crochet on top of the double crochet followed by 1 chain. Again moving to the next stitch, work 1 double crochet followed by 1 chain. So just repeat it for the 6 double crochets worked. After working the last double crochet, work 1 chain and going to the top of the single crochet, work a single crochet followed by 1 chain. So this is a sequence that will be following for the second round. So just continue with this pattern till the end of the round. So here I have done the last single crochet just before the corner, and after working 1 chain, I have slip stitched on top of the first double crochet worked. So that completes our second round of the bordering. Now we will be working with the third and the final round. For that we need to work 3 more slip stitches. So slip stitch into the chain 1 space, slip stitch on top of the double crochet worked. Again work 1 more slip stitch into the next chain 1 space. Work 1 chain and into the same space work 1 single crochet. Now work 5 chains. Skip the next 2 double crochets and into the next chain 1 space work 1 single crochet. Work 5 chains. Skip the next 2 double crochets and into the next chain 1 space work 1 single crochet. Again work 5 chains. Skip the next 2 double crochet and into the chain 1 space work 1 single crochet. Repeat the same pattern. Here we have come across the last 2 double crochets of the 10 double crochets worked. So after the second double crochet, work 1 single crochet. Now here you can see the single crochet worked in the previous round. So I have done 1 single crochet into the chain 1 space just before the single crochet. Now we need not work any chains. So going into the chain 1 space after the single crochet, work 1 single crochet. And the pattern continues. So you will be working 5 chains, skipping the next 2 double crochets and going into the chain 1 space, work 1 single crochet. So this is how you will be working for the entire round. One important thing that you should remember is that into the chain 1 space before as well as after the single crochet, you will be working 1 single crochet each, and in between these single crochets you need not work any chains. So just continue with this pattern till the end of the round. After working the last single crochet, I have worked 5 chains and skipped the next 2 double crochets, and in order to end this round, I have slip stitched on top of the first single crochet worked. So that completes our bordering part. Now we will be working around the neckline. For that I will be using this multicolored yarn. So join this yarn into one of the stitches. Work 1 chain and going into the same space work 1 single crochet. Now into these 2 chains we will be working 2 single crochets. Move into the stitch, work 1 single crochet. Again into the 2 base chains work 2 single crochets. So this is the pattern that we will be following for the entire neckline, working 1 single crochet per stitch. So I worked the neckline using single crochets. Also I worked a ruffle flower and sewed it on top of the poncho. The tutorial for this flower is already there in our channel. I shall give the link of the same above for your reference. So that completes our poncho tutorial. for a 2 to 3 year old child. I hope you found this tutorial really very useful. In case of any queries, please let me know through comments. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful